Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, Tyson Fury, been out there for quite some time. We've heard rumors here and there that he's making a return fight this year. Those haven't materialized, and in a recent interview, his most recent interview that he did over there across the pond, basically said that he made a confession. He said that, hey, I'm not sure I'll ever fight again. And he pretty much like announced his retirement basically. Like he didn't say I retired, but he pretty much said that like, I don't know if I can do this anymore at the top level, which, you can look at him for 2 seconds and kind of know that he's put on loads of weight, and to be at the top of not just boxing, but the heavyweight division, you got to really, be committed and be serious about it. And he's not. Like, he has been for quite some time. It's disappointing. But here's what he said in his recent interview. He said, I quote, "My time was 2 years ago. If I come back, there will be an announcement. But if I don't, then goodbye. For this game, you got to really love it and want it. You got to be very, very hungry. I'm undefeated. Second in the history of heavyweight champions to retire unbeaten behind Rocky Marciano. I've unified the full division, beat the man who couldn't be beaten. Do I need to do any more?" End quote. So that's what Tyson Fury said. And yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of just disappointing because this is someone that had all the skills in the world to be not just a good heavyweight champion, but a great heavyweight champion. And he kind of just like suffered from like the Riddick Bowe syndrome. He got the title and then lost all drive once he actually got to where he wanted in boxing. But I mean, there was still so much more for him to do. Like, he said, what more is there to do? He could have unified titles, became undisputed, beat Anthony Joshua. There's tons of more he could have did. So I think for Tyson Fury, if he never fights again, and the last image we have in our head of him is beating Vladimir Klitschko, it's a good image to have, but it's always going to be like a what if? What if he really dedicated himself? How great could he became? Could he have fully fulfilled what Emmanuel Stewart was saying, arguably the greatest boxing trainer of all time, when he worked with Emmanuel Stewart? Would he have fulfilled those words that Emmanuel Stewart had years and years ago before he even was close to winning the title, saying that this guy can be the next dominant heavyweight champion? He beat a guy who was a dominant heavyweight champion, but he never himself became a dominant heavyweight champion. So it's kind of discouraging because as a boxing fan, one of the fights that I always wanted to see was, obviously AJ versus Tyson Fury, both of them at their best, but that's not going to happen because Tyson Fury has put on so much weight. He'll have to lose 100+ pounds, and he knows himself that his body is real messed up. And when you hear him talk, his voice doesn't even sound the same like it did 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. He sounds like someone completely different. He looks like somebody completely different, and that's what it is, man. I wish him the best. If he comes back, great. But yeah, man, it just sucks. There's nothing else more I could say. They were talking about earlier this year that Eddie Hearn, who was Anthony Joshua's promoter, they were talking about like they had to reserve some date way in the future for them to fight at Wembley Stadium. But that's a pipe dream in my opinion. If Tyson Fury can do it, all the credit in the world to him. But that fight's not gonna happen, and it is what it is, man. We gotta just deal with it. But and he can't even get a boxer's license. So that's, even if he did want to come back, there's like so many hurdles he'd have to. It's the weight, it's the boxer's license, and then he has to. It's a lot of stuff, man. So that's what it is. Tyson Fury unsure if he will ever box again, and I feel like the heavyweight division in many ways took a loss in my opinion, because he brings a lot to the division. The boxing is more exciting when he's around. Just the personality, the way he is. Very entertaining fighter in and out the ring. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Tyson Fury, unsure if he will ever box again. Let me know what you think. Take the time to subscribe, all that good stuff. And you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.